Sir.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, so today we are going to talk about the great wisdom of the Buddha, a new interesting topic. So I will display my presentation here. I think that you can see, right? Okay, so when we think about the great wisdom of the Buddha, it is very important and notable that the wisdom that he has gained. So when we discuss about the Buddha's great compassion, so we know that the Buddha has fulfilled his perfections, 10 perfections during the number of births in this samsara, that because of his compassion, and he has cultivated his knowledge on the worldly subjects as well as the meditative knowledge, Bhavanamaya Panna. So he has developed his meditative knowledge as well. That's called Bhavanamaya Panna, meditation wisdom. So he has gained a kind of great wisdom during this sansaric journey. So today we are going to talk about that, right? When we come to introduction, so prajna is the Sanskrit term for this, prajna. And panya is a Pali term. Panya is a Pali term. So we know that this word, the Buddhist meaning of this term is translated as wisdom, intelligence, or understanding. So wisdom on the Four Noble Truths, the theory of cause and effect. Okay, understanding the suffering, cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, the path leading to cessation of suffering. So understanding these Four Noble Truths is mentioned as the wisdom according to the Buddhist perspective, as well as the theory of cause and effect. Realize the theory of cause and effect, also known as wisdom in the Buddhist commentaries. So we know that according to that, Buddha has mentioned that hetu paticca sambhuta hetu bhanga niruchyate. As well as he mentioned that the theory imasmin sati idang hoti, imassa uppada idang uppajjati, imasmin asati idang hoti, imassa nirodha idang niruchyate. Realizing this, the theory of cause and effect, also known as wisdom in the Buddhist perspective. So it is described in the Buddhist commentaries as understanding the true nature of this phenomena, the true nature of this phenomena. In the context of Buddhist meditation, it is the ability of understanding the three characteristics of existence. So what are the three characteristics of existence? That is impermanence, anicca, dissatisfaction, dukkha, yes, suffering, that's called, yeah, anatta, non-self. So impermanent, dissatisfactions, and non-self. Realizing and understanding the three characteristics of existence is also known as wisdom, according to the Buddhist point of view. Did you understand, Bante?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to mention that what's the Mahayanic idea, according to the Theravada aspect that we have described. the understanding of the theory and cause and effect, realizing the Four Noble Truths, and understanding the three characteristics of existence of all these phenomena. So, but according to the Mahayana text, it described as understanding of sunyata or emptiness. So according to the Mahayana perspective, wisdom is translated as understanding of sunyata, emptiness. So that is called wisdom. Right. When we come to etymology, so jnana, we know that jnana, okay, jnana can be translated as consciousness or knowledge or understanding, jnana. So there are three terms that I have mentioned. What are these? Jnana, consciousness, knowledge, and understanding.
Knowledge, understanding.
Yes. So pra can be translated as higher, greater, or supreme. So there are three terms, so which carry the meaning of pra, the term. Okay. What are these three terms? Higher,
Higher, greater, supreme.
Greater,
supreme.
supreme,
Yes. So
supreme.
this is etymology, the term prajna or panya. Right. So when we talk about the great wisdom of the Buddha, it is very important. The Ariya Pariyasana Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya. What's the sutta? Ariya Pariyasana Sutta of, yes, Majjhima Nikaya. It has mentioned in this way. Yes. Adigatoko mayang dhammo gambiro duddaso duranubodo santo panito atakkavacharo nipuno pandita vedaniyo alaya ramako panayam paja alaya rata alaya samudita alaya ramaya kopana pajaya alaya rataya alaya samuditaya duddasang idang tanang yaddhang idappaccheta paticca samuppada idampiko tanan duddasang yadidang sabba sankara samato sabbu patipadi nissaggo tanhakkayo virago nirodho nibbana. So according to Ariya Pariyasana Sutta, it has mentioned very clearly the supreme knowledge, supreme wisdom of the Buddha. So Lord Buddha himself emphasizes, says that he was, in a search of the truth in this world. And he has mentioned that during this samsaric journey, right, he was in the search of answering the births, decay, sickness, death, and how to eradicate all these defilements and all. And he has mentioned that he has understood all this, right? The cause and the cessation and the path leading to cessation of these, all the problems, all the matters faced by the being in this samsara. So he has mentioned that this is his last birth. This is his last birth. And he has mentioned that he has come into conclusion of understanding this Cheto Vimutti, and he has realized this Jnana Darshana, right? He has realized this all. So Sabbu Padipati Nissaggo Tanhakkayo Virago Nirodho Nibbana. He has mentioned that he has realized the end of craving, right? So, and attaining Nibbana. So he has mentioned that realizing all these is the Nibbana. So Lord Buddha has mentioned by himself in this particular Sutta Ariya Pariyasana, so how he attained his great wisdom. Okay. So the next important point is mentioned in Madhupindika Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya. Which sutta? Yes, Madhupindika Sutta
Madhupindika Sutta of
Majjhima Nikaya. Yes. It has mentioned in this way, so also Bhagava Janan Janat Passam Passati Chakku Bhuto Jnana Bhuto Dhamma Bhuto Brahma Bhuto Vatta Pavatta Attassa Ninneta Amatassa Data Dhammasami Tathagato. So in this Madhupindika Sutta, Lord Buddha has here eradicated all the defilements, and he has completed his mission, understanding the true nature of this samsara. So understanding the cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, and the path leading to cessation of suffering, and the theory of cause and effect. So Bhante Maha Kachayana, Arahat Maha Kachayana has mentioned, discussed about the great wisdom of the Buddha, right? He has mentioned that he has realized all these natural phenomena, right? He has mentioned that the Buddha has got the eye of wisdom, right? Chakku Bhuto. And he has mentioned Jnana Bhuto. He has got the great wisdom. Dhamma Bhuto. He has realized the Dhamma, the nature of this phenomena. So according to this explanation of his great disciple, Maha Kachayana, it emphasizes how the great wisdom of the Buddha. Right. When we think about this, it has mentioned here, Atitang Anagatam Pachupannang Upadaya Sabbe Dhamma Sabbe Karena Buddhassa Bhagavato Jnanamuke Apatang Agachanti. Atitang Anagatam Pachupannang Upadaya Sabbe Dhamma Sabbe Karena Buddhassa Bhagavato Jnanamuke Apatang Agachanti. It has mentioned that Buddha realized everything, Sabbe Dhamma, everything in the every aspect. Buddha has realized everything in the every aspect, including in the past, Atita, including in the future, Anagata, including the present moment, Pachupanna. So it has mentioned clearly how the great wisdom of the Buddha. Did you understand, Bhante?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when we move to the next important fact gleaned from the Tipitaka, so it has mentioned here, Natti tassa bhagavato anyatang adittang aviditang asatchikatang apassitang panyaya. Right? So it has mentioned that there is nothing remain which is not included in the Buddha's great wisdom. It emphasizes the Buddha has collected all the knowledge, right? Buddha has realized everything, including top to bottom, bottom to top, right? So there is nothing remain in this world. He has realized everything in this universe. So it has mentioned here. very clearly. So another important text is Chula Gopalaka Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya. What's the important text? Chula Gopalaka Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya. Yeah. Shall we see how it explained it? How this sutta important to our discussion? It has mentioned here how, yeah, Maihang Bhikkhave ye so tabbang saddha tabbang manyisanti te santang hoti dhigarattang hitaya sukaya. So Buddha has mentioned that here. Yeah, he has mentioned that, oh monks, this is my words that you should listen, that you should remember, that you should practice. It is for benefit for all for a long time. This is mentioned by the Buddha himself, addressing the monks. Maiham bhikkave ye sotabbang saddhahatabbang manyisanti te santang hoti dhigarattang hitaya sukaya. It is for the benefits for you for a long time, right? It benefited what you have realized. What the Buddha's words is benefited us once we practice the Buddha's teaching. So it benefited us for a long time. So it has clearly mentioned here by the Buddha himself. So when we come to the Brahmajala Sutta of Digha Nikaya, it also emphasizes the great wisdom of the Buddha. Brahmajala Sutta of Digha Nikaya. We'll see how it explains the Buddha's great wisdom. Can you please read the text?
Vedanana samdayancha adagamancha asadancha adinancha nisarancha yatadabhudam amupada bhikkave tatagato.
Yes, very good. So Vedanana samudayancha attagamancha asadancha adinavancha nissaranancha yataha bhutam vihiditva anupada vimutto bhikkave tatagato. Brahmajala Sutta of Digha Nikaya. So it has mentioned here, Buddha has realized every views in this world, ditti, every views in this world, and he has realized all the feelings in this world, how the feeling arises, how it ceases. He has mentioned, and we know that the Buddha has included this whole world into 5. That means, yes, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana. So it has mentioned, he has realized this, all the 5 factors, how these 5 factors arises, how it ceases. He has mentioned that here, he realized this. He has realized this, right? And he has mentioned that he knows very well how the things arise and how the thing ceases. And avoid attachment or clinging to any of these 5. He has mentioned that he stopped attaching, clinging, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana, all these 5 elements. Right? So he has mentioned that he stops clinging to all these 5 elements. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana. So that is mentioned as Vimutta. That is mentioned as Vimutta. That is why by realizing this and by stop cling to these 5 elements is Nibbana. So he has mentioned how he got all the knowledge, how he realized all these in this particular suttas. So it is very important to understand what the Buddha's great wisdom is, how he realized this worldly nature, right? So that is called the supreme knowledge. That is called the higher knowledge. That is called the wisdom, prajna. Did you understand, Bante?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have discussed this topic according to the Tipitaka, the text. So I have mentioned all these suttas. You need to remember all the quotation from this particular suttas, right? So, and we need to discuss the Buddha's wisdom according to the text, according to the Tipitaka, how it discuss about the Buddha's great wisdom, Buddha's knowledge. So we know that it has mentioned there are kind of knowledge like Dasabala Jnana, Shaddasadharana Jnana, Tesatta Jnana. So the Buddhist text explain a kind of categories here. So we know that Te Vidya, Asta Vidya. So we need to discuss more and more, right? According to the Buddhist text. When we think about this as well, Buddha has mentioned his great wisdom is understanding, realizing the true nature of this world. That is how Buddha explained his understanding, his realization, and his wisdom.